intro. Impromptu live stream. We're gonna do something. I wanted to do something in general, and so if I was gonna do something by myself, I figured, oh, I'll work on a song. And so I have an idea for a song that I've done nothing with. It's just straight from scratch. I had a riff, and the riff led to another riff, and I was like, all right, good enough. And so that's what we're going to start with, the building blocks of something. And I figured we'll just go with it. And how cool it would be to like make a whole song on the fly, live on the internet. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you what I have going on here. Oh, Cheyenne's here. I was just talking about we didn't have a backstage show. Jason has a day off, so I was like, you know what, let me do something different today. I'm going to make a song live on the air with just an idea. So I had an idea, and this is what I do every time. I'll have something. I'll be jamming around. Maybe it's in the morning. Maybe it's at night. I'm playing on the acoustic guitar or something. And I came up with this riff on the acoustic guitar first. I was like, oh, that riff's kind of cool. And then I came up with a second riff, and I was like, oh, that riff's kind of cool. And then I plugged it in to a distorted guitar, and I was like, oh, yeah, that sounds heavy. And honestly, this is probably too heavy for my band, but I was like, you know, it should be metal. It should be good. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a third band, and the third band's just a metal band. Wouldn't that be crazy? And so anyway, we're just going to make the song from scratch. I'm going to show you what I have here. I literally have just the drums. I recorded like I think this is me on the acoustic guitar playing around with this idea that I had for a song. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's on the acoustic guitar. So now that I have the idea, then what I did was I went through with a AI drummer, and let's go to a little more of a zoom here. Reporting. There we go. So then I went with an AI drummer, and I just kind of did the parts. Like I got the tempo of what I thought it was. So let's just look at the project. So we're at 180 beats per minute. And then I was like, okay, this is like normal time, and this is like double time, and this might be like quarter time. And so, or half time, right? And so now I have the bones of the structure, I think. I don't know, because honestly, like I said, I have not delved too deep into this song. But so far, I think if we just stick tried and true, we got a 4-minute song here. And I think that's like prime, that's a prime amount of time for a song. 4 minutes, I think that's clear cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make all the layers, and we'll just go from there, and we'll see how the song goes. So that's what we're going to attempt to do today here. Let me put the chat on the left side, because then I could see it better. No, on the left side. On the left side. Your mic seems quiet compared to everything else. All right, I'm going to crank it. I had the idea to crank it. Hey. And then I know GarageBand is actually going to be really loud, so let me decrease GarageBand a little bit. And then you guys can just tell me to turn it up later if need be. I'm going to leave it kind of loud for me because I need to make sure I hear it really good. All right, I think that should be nice and loud. Loud. How loud? Ah! That's like really loud. Hey. I'm getting to the red here. This should be pretty loud. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to try it, and then I'm going to make lots of mistakes as we're doing this. And we'll just keep going through it. And I haven't done like any tone. So one of the things that I'll do in this video, if I can get to it, is show you guys like how I would go about. So this is the default for an amp simulator that I use. And this was when I was recording the band's last EP. And I said, man, I want to invest in something good, because it takes a lot of work to make something free sound good. You know what I mean? Like, you can spend so much time, what is the best free tool? And then you're spending all this time researching. You're spending all this time doing knobs. I was like, man, can I spend a little bit of money and not need so much time? And this was recommended to me, and it's called the Neural DSP-X Archetype Nolly X. And I think I got it on sale for $80. I think it's normally $100. It's something like that. So I spent some money on this thing, but it has so many options for sounds, so many options for artists, and then the artists have their own presets, and then even the company itself has its own presets. So there's so many presets. But look, this is default, just the way it is. The default already sounds like pretty good. So, but we're going to mess with that. I'll show you guys the options if we can get to whatever we can't get to today. It'll just be like a series as we're building this song out. Let me close this. There we go. Better. All right. So let's just start with it, and then we're going to build it. And then, you know, honestly, we'll just make this song. This song can be for the people too. So if you have suggestions, I might overrule them, but you can have you could have suggestions. You can put it in there. All right, let's just go ahead and get it started. The other thing I'm concerned about is latency, because I'm recording. Normally I would just record through a red box right into my computer, coming out to my headphones. There's almost no latency, but I can tell there's a little bit of latency, so I'm going to try to get over that. And then we can always adjust it after we record it. So let's see how this thing started. Oh, yeah. All right, now I remember. It's going to start soft. It's going to get in there. So I think I did a 1, 2, 3, 4. I wish I had a 1, 2, 3, 4 to kind of do it. I think I'm going to chop this, doopy that, unmute. All right, let's do it with this so I have a count in. Oops. No, stop. No, stop. Shh. Shh. All right, now do it.
1, 2, 3.
Bro, that count in is... It's because the count in's on one time and this is on another. I'll just use the click track. And let's do 2 bars. Can I make that click as loud as possible? I need that click like loud, bro. All the click, higher tone. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. All right, so the first thing I can tell is the guitar has to go a little bit up. Because you want it so that when you're recording your guitar, you see how these wavelengths are not that heavy. You get all the way up to max, right? And then past max, that's what they call brick walling. Like there's only so far. So you want it to be as loud as possible before you start doing stuff. So I'm just going to I'm going to put it on instrument mode. And I'm sure the natural without the tone is coming through pretty good, but that's because I need to be able to hear myself talk, and therefore you're hearing the clean guitar before being processed. All right, let's try this again. Plus that riff's kind of hard. It's a... No Alan J, no. Jason wanted the day off, so I gave him the day off. So I was like, man, I don't want to not stream. So I was like, you know what? I'll do an Epic D Guy stream. We haven't done that in a while. I have a song idea. I just want to I figured I'd make a song from scratch. I have 2 ideas for riffs, and I think I can make a whole song out of the 2 ideas because they kind of go throughout the song. So that's what we're doing right now. Now I need this GarageBand to be like way louder though. All right, let's try that out. All right, here we go. The latency is a little bit weird. It's a little bit off, and I'm kind of creeped out, but that's all right. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now you see how it's brick-walled? That's too loud. A little bit down. There we go. This riff's hard. cam so you could see the mighty snake bite. This is Jason's guitar. I was like, if he's not on the show, I'm borrowing his guitar then. Do something sweet. I think I'll shut off the monitor for when I'm recording because it's double weirding me out here. Let me do it. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's try this again here. And then plus that one beat that this AI drummer is doing is kind of throwing me through a loop here. All right, let's try it again. No, shh. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. That latency is so weird, bro. It's so weird. I'm really trying here because it should be like honestly instantly. This is like I said, the idea is just clay at this point, but I think it would be like I almost want to record it without the drums first, but I feel like I won't get the timing right. Well, I think that might give us a better idea of the song here. Let's try that out here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So no, it should be like, well, maybe upper. That sounds better. Sounds a little too weird. That sounds right. And then the verse, it feels like it should be slightly different. Like, I almost think the intro riff is, this is the intro riff. So then, to me, the verse would be less than that, right? Because you want to be talking. You want to be like, so I'm thinking just chugging, right? So it'd be like, these are the words I said. Oh, maybe just one. There it is. There it is. All right, I think I got it. Here we go. I'm going to try to get that click. The click's hard. 1, 2, 3, 4. I missed it. I missed it already. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I feel like the song's too fast. It should be slower anyway. Let's go like whatever it is now, slower. 180? Let's go 160. Let's go 160. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. it from here, though. Bump, bump. So let's scoot this back. This is the good part about the count in. I don't need to start it from earlier than that. I could just kind of get it played back a little bit beforehand. So watch this. I think that's one verse into one chorus into one intro. Now, the problem is I know it's going to be off on time. I can feel it from the click. But I felt like the original one was just too fast. So now this is how you're going to see how off you're on a click. This is very important. Anybody that ever is like, oh, I want to record myself. I want to record my band. I want to record whatever. If you don't record to a click, then just don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't say, oh, these guys are so punk. We don't do clicks. It's just raw, baby. It's just raw. It sounds like shit. I'm just going to say it. Without the click, it's going to sound like shit. You guys aren't Pantera. I'm sorry. You're not James Hetfield. I'm not either. You're going to see how off this is when I add the drums. Watch this. I'm actually slower. I thought I'd be a little. So now, normally what you would do if you were a producer, well, first of all, if you were the producer with the band in the room, you'd say, do it again. You'd be like, yeah, you're going to have to do that one more time. But if you were like just getting these tracks, then what I would do is like I would go in here and I would clip all these silents. Like I'd clip these out and then I could just move them because there's a lot of straight pauses. So I think I could move it around, but honestly, that's more work than just redoing it again. And this is also the problem with the AI drums, because normally if I would just do the drums myself, I think I could synchronize with myself a little bit better than the AI drummer, but it's 10:43 at night. So I'm doing this backwards. I'm gonna try to do the guitar first and then do the drums later, but that's just from it. So I think with this, it's like, I think now that it's slower, let me try it with the AI drum. I'm going to save this just as a reference so I remember what I was doing. But we're not going to use it. We're going to mute it. And I think I'm going to give myself a chance with the drummer. Here we go. Drummer time. It feels so slow now. It feels so slow. Somewhere in the middle. Let's do 170. We were at 180. 160 is too slow. 170 is where it's at. It's just a little too slow for me. It's like I want it to sound metal, but I don't want to sound like sludge. We're not going for sludge here. Especially when it kicks up. 1, 2, 3. I wasn't ready because I didn't zoom in enough to see the click. All right, here we go. This is production, people. This is live. This is the raw part, the mess ups and the redos. So I can tell it was transitioning a little too early into what I think is the bridge. So let's give this space, because now I feel like that's good. Do, 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 do. I think it's going to be do, maybe right here. Give me a little more space here. Let's see it. Back up, man. Right there. Bum. That is the beginning of bridge. Or yeah, I call it bridge. People call it pre-chorus, but I feel like it's what takes you. It's the bridge that takes you from the verse to the chorus. That's my feelings on the naming structure. But let's see. Something like this. Yep. All right. My dad says faster. So this is what I'm going to do. If I can get it synchronized with a tempo that works, then what we can do is we can actually adjust the tempo, and it will change my guitar track to go along with the tempo. It will sound weird. It won't sound natural, but it'll give us an idea, so then we can mess with the tempo until we go like, oh, okay, this is a good tempo. I think that's why I went with 180, because honestly, I did try an original one. I was like, oh, too slow. And then I get to 180. I'm like, yeah, but at 180, I'm like just barely keeping up with it. I'm like, gug. So I think this is where the bridge comes in. So let's just record this part. All right, count it in. No. All right, count it in. Here we go. That's where the chorus should come in. So this bridge part is just a little too long. That means most of this will have to be adjusted, but that's all right. We're doing this on the fly. Bum, 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 bum. Right here. You're going to see what I mean here, because that's halftime, right? Right here. This bridge is like, that's half. And then that's standard. And then I'm hoping it goes even faster than that at some point, maybe like a guitar solo or something. So let's record like right here. Duh. Yeah. All right, that's the chorus. So now what we're going to do is, it makes more sense if I give you guys a doubler so we can hear it on both sides. And let's take a look at what we got. These are the words I'm saying here. This is a verse and there are words that I'm saying. Does that make sense? Words. these words is a bridge that's built up. Words, words, words. Words, words, words. This is the chorus. Something much louder. This is the chorus. Words that go along with this. This is the chorus. Saying the words. This is the chorus. This is the chorus now. Yeah. All right, so that's pretty much the idea I had originally. So now let me show you what we're gonna do. We're gonna change it to let's do 175, right? And then you'll see it'll move everything a little bit. Did you see that? So now watch this. It'll be me, but it'll sound like slightly off, like AI is doing this. It doesn't sound like horribly noticeable, but I get though. That's a good scene. Go, 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 go. $250. I'm just gonna show you what it looks like. I'm gonna show you. There's no way it's gonna be like ridiculous. All right, watch this here. Here we go. These are the words. I'm saying words really fast. These are the words and I'm saying I am saying words here. I couldn't downstroke all that. It definitely has a flavor. It has a, it's not bad, but it's impossible. I couldn't even guitar it that fast. Because I feel like it has to be a downstroke song. It has to be like... I think I max out at 200. I think that's it. And I know Master of Puppets is at 220. I don't think I could do it. Like, I'm not in my prime no more. I don't practice as much. My dad, I kind of like it. It's that prime vibe. Yeah, I think that's like, yeah, Master of Puppets era. Like, they're just going way too fast. That's awesome. Yeah, that'd be impossible. We're gonna have to fake that. Let's put it at the original 180 that I thought it was. And maybe now that I've warmed up, I'll be able to do it. Now, technically, because we've done all of this part, this is the greatest part about playing to a click, right? If you do one section, you can just copy and paste that for another section. You don't need to do it again. Now, I like to do everything again, honestly, but for this, we're just building the song out, so we're just going to copy and paste it. Now, the other different part I have in here, because I think the way that it's structured will go is intro, and the intro honestly never comes back. I just really like that riff where it's just like really slow. I'm thinking like really slow. That's why it's at like essentially like half the time of that, so it feels like 90 beats per minute, which it is. Just to throw people off. So then when it kicks in, you're like, yeah, okay, I'm driving down the road. I'm thinking like that's kind of the feeling I'm getting is driving down the road, you know. So that's kind of what I was going for. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to copy from the verse cut it. 300 300 beats per minute. You guys are nuts. You young kids and your fast stuff, being so fast all the time. All right, let's paste that here. Let's see where it actually comes in, though. Well, that actually sounded like it was. I think we mess with the time so much that it sounds off. I think we messed with the time too much. It's off. That's funny. Oh no. Hang on. Let me restart this. Okay. You stay there, Snakebite. All right. Now let's copy this again. And let's paste this again. Okay. Come all the way back. All right. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Right there. So where does the verse kind of kick back in? So that bump, I think, would just be the first hit. That's probably not on the very first time we do this. But we're going to imagine it is. If anything, I could do it like this. And just put this up here for a second. Let me try this out. I think this would be splashy too. We're going to change the drums here in a second. So yeah, I think it would be like bum 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 bum. Like the bumps, they go right back. They don't take long. Like before, there was a little bit of a gap. So I feel like it was like something like this, like that. We're gonna bring this back. Hope these synchronize. All right, let's take a listen. See, but I have that extra bump. I think I'm gonna have to just redo that one little bump. Let's back it up a little bit, and let me just do that first little part. I forgot that the whole thing, we're going to have to adjust that. But that's essentially what I was talking about. Just that beginning part. Oh, that's because I did that bam, 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 bam. We're actually not going to use that again, because this was the verse. All right. We can honestly use this. This is fine. It's just, we're just getting the idea together, people. That's all we're doing here. All right, so then this would be the bum, 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 bum. And then that's the chorus. Isn't that what I got here? Yes, okay. So then we don't need this. Bring this back to about here. Get rid of this, don't need it. All right. Then we need the chorus to hit here. And I'm going to show you how I changed the AI drums. You could do all this stuff at home. And you're like, wow, I can make songs too. You sure can. Even if you're already making songs. It's just, honestly pretty easy to utilize GarageBand. I think GarageBand is undervalued because it's free, it's easy, and you could do so much with it. Obviously, Logic is better, but do you have $300? I don't have $300, and that's why I use GarageBand. All right, let's see if verse 2 lined up. See, all right, it did. All right, now this. All right, this is what I'm thinking here, because obviously, like I said, I have no idea where the song's going. I just had the verse and the intro, the verse, intro of the chorus. I'm thinking build up to a big solo, and since we've already used halftime and standard time, you know what's left? Double time. We got to go double time. So double time 180. It's gonna feel like 360. Mrs. Bump this up to 300. So it'll feel like 360, but I'm thinking, like a, full blown, but chugga. Something like that. So I think now we just have to think, like, how do we want to build it up? Like, I'm thinking like guitar probably all by itself. Let me scoot this away. So like, let me just show you. And then maybe like a bum 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 bum. I'm thinking like where they it's called a choke, right? You take the well, psh, 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 and it's kind of like the 4 count to give you like the whole band of synchronization. So this is how we're gonna do this, because the AI, I can't be like, oh, give me a 4 count AI. He's not that smart. So instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a MIDI region. Over here, we're going to change it to a drum kit. I like the heavy, of course. And what we're going to do is we're going to add that in manually. Let's crank this velocity up here. We're looking for the... You know what I want. There it is. Psh. And then you got to have a kick. Wherever the kick is. Sounds like a kick. The kick sounds a little weird. Okay. So now we need to line this up here. So I'm thinking ba 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 ba. So then this, we're going to take it away. We're going to do our first one right at the end. Bam. So I'm thinking 1, 2, copy and paste. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see how this sounds. That's too fast. It needs to be like bop, bop, bop. Hey, skip. There we go. It's cool, but it doesn't have the kick to it. I'm voting for 250. All right, like I said, I'll make it at a normal tempo, which I think is 180, and then we'll bump it. We're gonna bump it up, but then 250 at double time is gonna feel like 500. It's gonna feel like 500. We're getting into like super death metal territory with this. So it's looking like it should be bump 1. Where's the counts? 1, 2. I think that's why I got to spread this out. It should be bump, bump. Spread. 1, 2. I think this is it here. Yeah. 1, 2. So maybe like bump, 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 clack, bump. So 1, 2, 3. Maybe this one's not a psh, it's a. Where's the snare at? that a snare? It's just a really low snare. This is called a flam. This is when you have two snare hits like really close together. Do you see how close these are? It sounds kind of like one really powerful one. They call it a flam. Bom, psh, and then we're going to do the last hit here. Nope. Kick. All right. So let's see if this is what I was going for. There we go. All right. So then I think that's where it goes. 500's too slow. Skip, my boy. This is too fast. You're trying to kill me. All right. Here we go. Let's do it on a separate. All right. Let's give it a shot here. All right, so I'm thinking, I forgot, I'm going to have to bring the drums in. So maybe it goes, it's basically the same thing, but it's literally double the time. So I'm thinking. And then you're gonna see I can't solo, but we're gonna attempt to put something together here. But no, that actually sounds exactly what I kind of was going for here. Let's do it one more time so I can get the timing of when the drums should come back on, because I don't want them to be instant. I want them to like kind of build up for a second here. So like that boom, drums back here, double time. Bring these boys over. And then this is what we do. Double, kick snare. A little bit back so they have a crash. All right. Oh, wait. Maybe I did the timing on that wrong. So it's... I think that's a little off. Hang on. Couldn't tell if I was early or not. Let's do that. Let me take away this one hit, because this one hit's actually driving me nuts here. Do, 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 do. All right, here we go. Let's see if that drum lines up there, or we got to move it. I feel like it's too soon. I'm thinking like a dive. I don't have a whammy bar, but like. So I'm thinking. So I think it would be here. And you can just tell when it gets fast, it starts getting sloppy, bro. It's getting sloppy. Plus, I'm not using the pick I like. This is actually look at. Where's my good camera? Oh, no. This is a Papa Het signature pick. Oh, I can't focus. You can't see it. There we go. There's Papa Het. That's like 1993 Papa Het signature pick. Because I'm trying to invoke all of it for you. All right. Here we go. It's just, honestly, it sounded too sloppy. It's just sounded too sloppy. I think it's like I want to do the band, but it's 2 hits in between the bum bums. So if I'm going, that chugga jug, it's just at that speed. It almost sounds like I should just do. I think Anthrax is famous for this, where they're doing double time, but they're not doing double the notes. So they're doing like, but the drums are going. But I don't know. I want to. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do just do the E. Just do the E. There is no ones. We're gonna see how it sounds and just let the solo breathe here. That's long enough for a solo, long enough for somebody to rip. I was getting the idea when I was doing the beginning of this part that I was like, oh, you know what I like? Even though the even though it sounded simpler, I was thinking, oh, the drums could make up for that. Let me move this over here. Because then I'm thinking, when this goes to the build-up, right? Slow drum roll build up, and then like a Hawaii 5-0. And I don't know what that screech great, but I think yes, it should have like a bop, bop, like right here, like right there. I think is where it needs to be. Bop, bop, like right here-ish. And then scoot this up. Something like this. Should be like bump, bump. Let me delete that. I like it all the way up to like here. And I feel like it needs like a bump, 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 bump. Let me try this again here. That's just too hard. I want it to be like bump, slight breather, bump, bump. So I'm thinking maybe the breath has to come here. Bump, 2, 3, 4, bump. But nah, I don't know, not too long. Just bump, bump, bump. Because it feels like it needs like just a bump. All right, let me try it without doing the thing I think that it needs, and then we can always add it later, I guess. All right, here we go. Just the chugs. I need some clean chugs here. Clean chugs. I'm like already off. You can see it. 1, 2, space. 1, 2, 3. That's not clean. Clean chugs. See that space? I feel like the drums shouldn't come in there. I think that's what's throwing me off. I think I need to not listen to the drums. Do the chuggies, even though I keep screwing those up. And then move the drums to where I think it is. That's a nice short. I mean, it's not a Megadeth solo, bro. I don't need to be 2 minutes long. All right. So this is where I was saying I can tell that it should start a little earlier. Right there. I don't know. It kind of does start there. Let's see if it came in all right. All right, there we go. All right, I think we got something there. So now, let's mess with the drums a little bit before we do anything further. Because this beat, I'm not liking this beat. It's just not. It says punk rock. It's not punk enough for me. All right, so this, you see at the bottom, this is how you control this. So right now it's set to like low complexity. So this is soft and quiet. Soft and simple. You can go loud and simple. I feel like it's too simple though. We need to complex it up. So that's where you move this over. That's pretty good, but the hi-hat sounds weird too. Let me put this on a loop so we can mess with it a bit. I feel like it should be like a ride. Yeah, nice ride. Bing, 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 bing. That sounds pretty good. So then the different presets, it's like the drummer, if he had different flavors, right? So like, watch this. Now we're going to change it. And then obviously this is because we're at 180, so we have to go to double time. Complex it up. That's all right. No, not. I feel like I want him. You know what? I think we should go to the metal drummer. And I think that's going to give us what we need here. You know what? They don't. This is so funny. They don't have a metal drummer. They have a hard rock drummer. That's their metal drummer. Before I change this entire thing, I'm going to go to here. Just in case I don't like what the metal drummer's doing. And I can undo it. All right, let's go to the metal drummer. Or hard rock drummer. Let's see what his double time is like. It's too weird. It would actually be kind of cool if they had a double bass one. I don't think they do from the time I've been messing with this. But I'm sorry, I just went really complex. Too weird. What's Black Veil? Sticks and Stones. That's weird. Why is that hi-hat like that? We can also try to have him follow the guitar. It doesn't always work though. Audio 4. Let's have him follow. Let's see what AI thinks would go along with this. he's not wrong, but he's not right. He's not wrong. Like, oh, okay, I can kind of see that, but no, that's not what we're going for. Sorry, AI, you had your time. I don't know. No, this is the thing. We can actually program it ourselves. I know, no metal drummer. That doesn't make sense. We can program it ourselves. It just makes it more complicated. But I'm going to show you how I would have done that if that was something I felt like doing. So then we're going to go with something a little more simple first. Simple and loud. Right? And then we're going to take this heavy. Let's bring it up here. So if you're wondering, how can I turn AI drums into my own drums that I can manipulate? You copy the AI drummer, Control C, and then on your MIDI track, you paste it. And look at that. You get MIDI notes. Isn't that nuts? So then this is what we're going to do. Mute these boys. Let's listen to the heavy drummer here. All right. Now, you see all these notes? These are the kicks, right? No, those are snares. Hi-hat. That's the kick. All right. Now we just need to add in all the double bass. I'm thinking this is it here. This is going to sound ridiculous. Boom, 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 boom. It's going to sound unnatural, too. There are things you could do to make it sound more human, but that's not for today. That's a different lesson for a different day. We're just doing... This is what I call the ideation. We're just getting the idea down. This is step one to demo making. Oops. All right, honestly, at this point, I would have just thrown it through a loop, but let's see. We got a few more to do. And then I'll loop it so I don't have to do the whole thing. Oops. Move it over. We're in the future. Boom, boom, boom. Uh-oh, now he's getting weird on me. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so we made it to the end. We could just loop it at this point. So watch this. Let's see what it sounds like. That's not even double bass. That's like... We need twice as many basses as that. But now that we've made all these, we could just copy them. This is going to sound ridiculous. We're going to move them over a note. All right, now let's sound. Yeah, that's essentially it. All right, so then what we're going to do is we're going to trim it here. And make it a loop. But the thing is, we got to make sure the loop is perfect. If it's not, it's going to sound like dog poop. So, boom, 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 digga, 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 digga. So really, the loop needs to stop here. So we're going to delete these. Roll it back one. Then loop it. I think that's it. Let me see. Feels like that wouldn't make sense. Let me see. Yep, I think that's it here. Load it to the end. Let's let it out with the guitar. Let's see what it did. I think the the loop gets a little funky here. We got to delete this loop. I don't know why it's off. It should be one snare, snare, snare. Where's the snare? Snare. I guess we got to go a little bit further down the loop before we loop it. So we're gonna do hi-hat, do 3 spec snare, do oops. Do, because how does it begin? With a crash, right? Crash, 1 note, snare. 3 notes, 3 notes, 3 notes. Crash, 1 note, snare. Oh, I guess we started awkward. Interesting. I didn't mean to do that. Crash, one note snare. Let's see if this makes sense. Loop, crash, one note snare, crash. I feel like we're one note off. Delete, reformat, loop. 3 notes, 3 notes. Okay, there we go. This should make sense. There we go. All right, let's make sure this loop works here. That's so funny. All right, now we need to make a second track on the other side of it before I do the solo, because we need the guitars on the left and right, and then so we can have the solo in the middle. If the rhythm's in the middle and the solo's in the middle, it's gonna be hard for the solo to stick out, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go all the way left, all the way right, and we're gonna try to say it's not gonna sound synchronized, but we're gonna do our best here. All right, here we go. I wish I could rip. This sounds like it needs a really ripper, a really ripper solo. Maybe I'll have to get a guest appearance with somebody that really rips on the guitar. All right, we're gonna lower these drums a bit. Let's see here. Oh, and then also we have to turn off the doubling I did on this one, because it sounds weird, because now we're doing a natural doubler. It's not on this one, right? Okay. All right. That should be good. That sounds rip. That sounds rip. That's incredible. All right. Now, before we get to the guitar solo, you know we're missing like a meat of an instrument. That's the bass. So I'm going to grab the bass. We're going to get up to this point because I feel like after the guitar solo would just be another chord, like ending it with a chorus, so we can just copy and paste that. These are all the unique pieces, and then we can copy and paste unique pieces again. So let's grab the bass, and then we'll do the guitar solo last. Stay there. Oh. All right, we're grabbing the Dean. Honestly, this thing has seen much better days. I've had this guitar since... It was the year, my dad would tell me this, the year we did the show in your garage as Vertical Killing Machine, me, Dylan, and Robert, we did the show in your garage. That was the day Robert gave me this, because he showed up at the place, and he was like, oh, dude, I ordered this guitar, and they sent me 2 of them. So he sold me one for half the cost. It was a $200 guitar, and he sold it to me for $100. I was like, "Oh, that's sick! Yeah, for sure." So I think that was 2015. 2015. Look, while I have the distortion on, it sounds like a Motorhead. Distortion. All right, we know bass. It gets a little distortion, but not that much. Let's do a new track. We're gonna make this the bass track. First thing you need for a bass track is a bass amp. Let's see what sounds good. Let's go. What did I use for inside? 2015. Yes, 2015. This bass guitar is 10 years old and is a $100 bass guitar. I think it's lived its usefulness. All right, that sounds good, but I know you're thinking, oh, bro, you're going to need some distortion. I do use a bass distortion pedal made by... well, I have two different ones. This one is a Bod, which is a Sans amp, and then I have another Sans amp that is more... this one's a newer one that I've been using. It's called the S-Drive. So then what we'll do is increase the level a bit. This is the... That's the gritty. That's the drive. Okay. We're going to want a little treble. A little brightness here. And then after this, we're going to do some EQing. Because right now it sounds a little too... I mean, it sounds all right, but typically it's this low-end rumble that's like barely audible, and it takes so much room of your mix. So what we're going to do is just get rid of the very, very lowest frequency. Like below 30, you're not doing much with that, but look at the analyzer. Before... it's a little bit, but like 5 decibels at a lower frequency, it's a science thing, but 5 decibels at a lower frequency takes up a lot of space, which is crazy. We'll do more EQ afterwards. And then the last thing I do, because bass is like behind the thing, but you kind of want to hear it, that's where compression comes in. And I actually just got this fancy boy. It's an 1176. Now, this is why, you know how people would listen to something, they're like, I don't get why they sound so good. Well, that's because they use equipment that's way better than what a normie can get, right? So this is like one of the most world-renowned studio compressors. This is a physical device in real life that costs like $10,000, right? Like this physical device costs thousands of dollars. I found this plugin. Normally this plugin was like $100 or whatever, but it was on sale for free. And I was like, oh, I'm getting it immediately. But it's simply a difference of quality equipment that we just don't have access to when you're poor. And that's what it is. But there is some alternatives, and that's what we're using here. So we're going to use this for our bass. Let's just do, oops, I saw it. Bass. Bass in your face. All right, sounds good. And honestly, the bass is too loud, so we're just going to turn it down a bit. All right, let's go back to the beginning, and now we're going to add the bass in. Let's see if we can do that. Oh, plus, technically, we need a second rhythm guitar for the side, but let's do the bass first. It'll make it easier. Oh, wait. I forgot to do the most important part. Tune. It's not even in the right key. That's so funny. I do D standard. At first I did it because of my voice, but then I liked how heavy it made everything sound. So I lower everything a whole note. Heavy. The D string's always the hardest. There we go. Sweet. All right. We lost Rob, found him passed out. Yeah, so funny. Robert was, it was so funny. Me and Dylan, we all drove separate, and then we're going to leave, and we're like, where's Robert at? And we're all like really drunk, drinking like all night and partying. And then we're like, we couldn't find Robert. So we're like, all right, we're going to leave. And then we're just like, I don't know. I assumed he went home or something. I don't know. And then he was passed out like in my dad's like backyard. My dad has like a pretty big backyard, but there's like a lot of like areas you could hide, behind the garage, behind the barn, in the back. And I guess Robert was passed out. He was a little too drunk when he went to go pee. I think that's probably what he was peeing in the back. And he was like, passed out. Happens. You never passed out while peeing before? All right, here we go. We don't have the drums. And also I can tell this bass is too low. All right. I feel like I need the drums because it makes it all make more sense. Okay. We're going to delete this one for now. All right, here we go. Oops. Hit it. Oh. Here we go. I think we completely messed up the we completely messed up the drums. Oh, that's because it's the metal drummer. All right. I'm like, that does not sound right. There it is. Okay. That sounded silly. I could just tell those wavelengths were too high anyway. It'll make more sense. I know you're probably thinking, why aren't you doing stuff here? It'll make more sense when the drums aren't doing something. I think the drums, they wouldn't be... I think it would just be silence there. We're going to see how we transform the drums afterwards, but... Here we go. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Again. I'm actually thinking the bass probably keeps with the double bass for this part, while the guitars don't. That's funny. It sounds cool, though. This part sounds totally Megadeth-y. I messed up at the very, very end. But this is the movie magic, people. There we go. Yeah, that sounds so funny, bro. Like, digga 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 digga. All right. Fantastic. But yeah, no, we definitely need a second guitar. I noticed once the second guitar kicked in, I'm like, man, it always sounds so much better with a second guitar. You cannot do mono tracks, people. It don't work. Now, here's another secret technique. If you really want to make the mix sound like pretty wide, you want to do as much different crap as possible, right? So I recorded one rhythm guitar on one guitar. I'm going to use my second guitar here. We're going to use King Solomon for the other rhythm guitar, and it'll sound different, and your mind is going to make it... Well, you guys are probably hearing this in mono, but later on when you hear the demo, you'll be like, wow, it sounds wider. It'll make sense. Now, the problem is, unfortunately, we got to tune again. Because I was letting my dad use King Solomon, and I put it in standard for him because I didn't know if it was going to mess him up. You would never do this at a real live show, but this ain't a real live show. You guys know what I'm talking about. I had to tell a band that once. They were like, oh, how do you think we did? I was like, bro, you know you can't tune, like, out loud, right? Like, you know you can't. You've got to mute yourself and tune. You can't do this. Never do this live on stage. Tune! You have to tune. I frown on bands that don't tune. But you can't do it out loud. You need to activate your bypass. Or like me, I use one of the clips where it clips onto the front, and then you just turn your volume all the way down because it's using the vibrations of the body. So you don't need any volume. But to me, there's nothing more annoying than like a really good song or somebody's jamming out and it's out of tune, and I go, bro, Especially if it's my stuff. I'm like, oh, it's ruined. I don't even never want to hear it again. All right. Let's record the second rhythm. Let's use Doopy second. Well, we only need to record up technically to the solo. So let's do that on here. Now, technically, King Solomon's passive pickups. That means these things aren't battery powered. So it just overall sounds so different. And it's probably a little quieter than Papa Het's guitar. Let me just record a little something before I waste the whole track. Just to see how bricky this is getting here. Yeah, it's brick wall. That looks good. Okay. We're ready. Hit it. I can't hear this at all. Oh, I didn't put the monitoring. And that bass is like way too loud now. Turn the boy down. You know the basses have to sit in the back of the bus. All right. Here we go. Technically didn't even need that last part here. We're going to get rid of it because I'm pretty sure I goofed the note. So now we'll put it here. Boom. All right, now we have our two guitars, our left and our right. We have our bass. Now it's time for leads. Is that the song that did The Weight of the World? So I made that song for that band, but we never performed that song. I think it was like at the end of that band's tenure when I was like, I want to start writing songs. And then we just transitioned into epic disappointments. Once I wanted to start writing songs, I just made a whole new band. All right, now we're ready for leady stuff, because I can hear some ideas in my head for leady stuff, especially in this part here, because obviously the drummer isn't what we would want. Maybe we should work on the drummer first before we do the leads. So, like, first of all, with this part, I feel like he'd be like, I don't know, like more hit this harder, maybe louder. Let me see here. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. I'm thinking psh, 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 like stompy. He's like stomping on this thing. Not complex though. All right, that sounds fine. But then this part, maybe this part instead of hi-hat, he's doing like a crashy thing. But I feel like the chorus is crashy, so you can't crash in the bridge and crash in the chorus. It won't make the chorus sound special. So like the chorus, I'm thinking, simple, just keep it crashing. So I don't know what I need to do for this. Maybe the ride. That's better. All right, and then what was this? The verse? Oh no, that was another chorus. All right, let's do the crashy stuff. All right. So I'm thinking maybe the dun 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 dun, the, to me it sounds like the whatever this is. Not the bass. Doopy. I kind of wanted to have do it like one on the left is going, and then on the guitar on the right is doing the harmony of that. And I feel like this is going to be impossible to play live, but who cares? So it could be. Maybe even higher. This is going to be very difficult. This might be too difficult. Can I do all that? I only got to do it once and I can copy and paste it. Let's try to get one at it and see if I could. But we're also going to make it sound a little leadier now. And Nolly has a really good, where is it? It's like at lead. I like this articulate lead. That an extra note. Let's try it. We just need one to copy. It's so fast, bro. It's so fast. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. Let's just put it on loop here. I think it's too hard. Try Miserloo. I don't know it. All right. We're not going to be able to do that. So we're going to move on. I think this part has like a... so if I'm doing... something like this. On the bottom like you were. No. Something like that. I really don't know it. I could look it up one day, though. I'm kind of going by ear there. All right, let's try this part here. First of all, this has to be louder. I think it should be like ba ba da dum ba ba bum. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay. Here we go. Let it fade out. I think that's what I was doing. Automate. Boom. Button. Button. Fade. Fade. All right. Something like that. I'm just adding all the little bells and whistles that I think go in these places. Show automation. Take it. Okay. One more of these things. I feel like it's a dual harmony too. It's like do 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 do. But let's just do one layer at a time. I couldn't hear that either. I know it's not just me. Sorry. But I knew I was nailing it. That's why I didn't have to stop. Let's see. I didn't need to hear it. All right. Now it's time for the solo. All right. So I'm not a soloist. I can't solo. I mean, I guess anybody can solo if they, you know, they're like, oh, Kurt Cobain, he's just like doing a rhythm or whatever. But I'm not a ripper, okay? And this song needs a ripper. So what I do when I have no idea, is like, I'll just wing it, and then I'll wing it like 10 times, and then there'll be like one part that I go, oh, that sounded good. When I winged that one part, keep that. All right, what else would I do? Throw away the rest, right? Keep that one part I winged, and then I'll keep adding little parts until I go, oh, okay, I've put together a solo. I mean, that's probably what, I don't know, I'm not a lead guitarist, but I'm sure that's kind of what lead guitarists do, but they have an idea of what they're doing. They're like, oh, I do a scale of Mixolydian A on the 3, blah, blah. I don't know none of that. I don't even want to know none of that. I just want to feel the music. So this is what we're going to do. When you're trying to track leads, you put in a, this is a loop for myself, right? So I think I'm going to just give myself a little bit of distance afterwards in case I need to trail out in a little distance beforehand. So then when I'm done with the one loop, if I leave it recording, I could just record over myself in an endless loop here. I have no idea what I'm going to do. The first thing I need to know is what note is it. And luckily for us, this is on the open, right? So that is your 12. First of all, I just realized, why would I solo on this thing? Why would I mean, it's King Solomon, but got a $2,000 guitar right there. Why would I solo on that? Alright. Like I've already taught you. Tune. Even the strings you don't use, you're thinking, you're not going to use the the lowest string. But the resonance of the frequencies, when you hit one string, it vibrates the other strings. So you want to make sure they're all in tune. And I got another secret that I learned. I learned everything from YouTube, just like you guys are doing right now. But they sell a device. Because one of the most common things when you're doing guitar solos is hitting other strings, right? So they sell this thing. It's like a sweatband for your guitar. I can't remember its actual name. But essentially I think it's called a muter? I don't remember what it's called. You can use a sock. You can use anything soft that you can tie around the neck of your guitar. But essentially what you're doing is it's kind of like having somebody hold your strings. So now when you're hitting one, even if you kind of tap another one, it shouldn't be so bad. The only detriment you get is you can't do open notes then. So what we're going to do is, I don't know if I need open notes yet, so I'm going to kind of leave it open to the possibility. Alright, all we know is it's in D. We're just going to rip until something sounds good. And we're going to do this in a loop, people. So this is the long haul here. But we're kind of in the final stretch. All right, here we go. Time for a solo. First of all, hang on. It looks like it's only taking one of my inputs. Oh, that was weird. Oh, sorry about your ears. Sorry about your ears, people. I immediately, right off the bat, I was like, oh, I kind of like that. So I'm thinking like a. It actually sounds. I think it's because my dad said Dick Dale. Now I'm thinking this Dick Dale riff that's in my head. Or we can go tappy. So I think it would have to be. Oh, what would you have to do? I don't know. I don't know where to go with it. It could go anywhere. We're just going to keep ripping until we get something here. You'll see it'll just override it. It's not very long, honestly, now that I realize it. And then the guitars are completely... they're completely drowned out by these drums. I can't hear the rhythm. Because I feel like when we get to this part with the dums... Bum, bum, bum... it goes from kind of ripping to kind of feeling. I feel like I need a couple extra notes here. I want to end on that riff, just like... That's all I want. Tickle, tickle. Yeah, I'm trying to tickle this guitar here with the guitar solo. Where to see? I feel like it should start on a tremolo. Maybe I do have the double. Let's try to start with that, if I can nail that first part. I already forgot what I was doing. It's like diddle 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 diddle. I think I just gotta move it with it. Move with it. Move with it. Go, go, go. I got it now. I think, well, I have an idea. I got it now. I All right, so that bam bam. So I think I'm just gonna make it up. I'm gonna rip. I think we actually don't need the sock because I need those open notes. I just gotta try not to hit the other strings. So I think I'm going. So go. So I think that's where I gotta end that last note. 6. Remember 6. Here we go. I think I just gotta hit bee boo, bee boo. We got a little something there. I need a little more of these guitars though. Helps to hear the rhythm of where I should be. All right. Oh, it's because there's 2 drums. So silly. Now the drums are gonna be too quiet, aren't they? All right, there we go. Here we go. Try it again. So I think because it feels like there should be more notes on there, so like. I feel like with all the double bass, it should just be tremolo to go along with the double bass. So I think we're actually really close. I think we're really, really close here. I want to be like diddle diddle diddle. Or maybe it should be. That note just sounds better. I want to end it on that note, on the 22 or 24, whatever that is. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. So it's... Because I'm already at 6, I shouldn't go down. There it is. Already at 6, don't go down. I can't hit that note. Can't hit that note. This, all right, so this is what I mean. I think the beginning is fine. And then when we get to this part, I just have no idea what to do. So like all of this is fine. And then we get to here, and now we need a new idea for whatever this is. So now what we could do is we could duplicate this. We can shorten this up to get to like here. So maybe it's like... Maybe I can do a... But I need to figure out what the beat is. So it's like... It's not dark enough. Feels like it's like... It has to go lower, right? High, low. Let's go. Feels like it could be something like that. Let me see. Let me see here. Let me cook. I don't think so. I wish I was a ripper, or if I just had a ripper in the studio. I should be like... Oh, hang on. I just had an idea. I know, this is weird. I feel like it could be reverse. Maybe I'm doing it in reverse. Yep. I think that's what it is. What happens if I did right here? Except for that last note, I actually think that sounds better on the second half. That actually makes a lot more sense. Let me try it knowing that that is the second half now. I forgot, it's not that one I do. That first note is weird because it's like on an and or something, but I feel like it's necessary. Boo-doo. Let me hear it again. Boop. Obviously, I'm just making this up, as we all know. But this is where I would give Dylan the idea. I'd be like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Do something along the lines of this, and it'll make sense of it all. All right. Now that we know that that's more of a second half, let's try, what would we do for the first half? If we already go here, then we can't start here. So we can start here. Maybe, maybe we take a page. Let's see. Let's just riff on it for a second. You see all the notes, how they're hitting? It just don't sound right. Oh, I got something. Let me cook, let me cook, let me cook. Go, 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 while I have it in my brain. Oh, and then I gotta end on 12. I got it. And I'm actually going to mute this because I don't want it to interrupt my flow here. All right, here we go. Something like that. We're just trying to get this down on paper right now. All right. I think that'll do. Let's hear it. That transition, I don't like that, but that's all right. There we go. Oof. All right, there's something. It's not the best, but it'll do. So now, getting out of that. Now we got to figure out how to get out of the guitar solo, right? So we're like... And then normally... there's a few different ways you can get out of a solo, right? You can either go back to a bridge before a chorus, or you could do a chorus that's slightly different than how you would done it before, right? So like some of my songs, I do like a ring out chorus where it's just like, you know, but the normal chorus would have been like, So in this case, you know, I think that's where we're going to go here. So let's put it down on guitar first so I can align the drums to it. So boop, boop, boop. Something like this. Here we go. Why is that brick walled? Oh, I think we moved it around for soloing. I had to increase it because we needed the notes. Okay. So I think it's so something like that. Because I think it's here. All right, unlock you again. I don't know why that's so brick walled. I feel like I didn't have it that high up. All right, here we go. That thing's screwing me up. All right. Actually, if that was the initial thing, it would be like. Yeah, you got to go to that other part. All right, I think we got it. Oops. It didn't record early enough. And I need this slide to go away. It's messing me up. Here we go. Wrong track, bro. I actually have an outro for this, but these drums are going to mess me up. Oh, I think it's because we wanted to go with the metal drummer here. Let's use the metal boy. What was he doing? Not you. This one right here. There he is. Yeah, this is too funky. I don't know what we did to the metal drummer. That's not what I wanted at all. I wanted... But he's too simple. What happened to the complicated guy? This guy. There we go. All right. Got it again. Here we go. Take 10. That's what I thought in my head. Bum 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 bum. Obviously, these drums don't go with it, but we're gonna make them go with it in a second here. All right, we gotta do the other side. It sounds like this one guitar is like really off. I think I should just redo it. Be-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. All right, we made it longer because I did it wrong to the way I said that I wasn't going to do it, but I don't know, it just felt right. So that's why I did it that way, to that way. One more rhythm. There it is. There it is. I forgot we need one more bass, but I think we could just steal the bass out of the other one. Like out of the chorus, I think. Where's the chorus at here? It's right here. Right? Oh, but we need to redo the ba 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 ba. All right, one more part, and then we're done. I want you guys to start thinking about what the name of the song is. I'll let you guys name at least the demo name of the of the demo name of the song. So start chatting amongst yourselves about what you want this to be saved as, because right now it's Thrashy Idea. This is what I saved it as, Thrashy Idea. We'll listen to it, and then you can be like, okay, it sounds like it should be called blank. Not that I need all these strings, but like I said, they resonate. All right, we just got to do this final chorus part thing. Crank that Soulja Boy. Sorry, I had to get the levels right again. This is normally why I would use separate inputs for, like, I would just dedicate one input to bass, one input to guitar, but I have to dedicate one input to microphone. That hard. I feel like the bass shouldn't. I was just like double bassing it. I think I should go bum bum ba dum bum ba dum ba dum bum. A little more rhythmically. Bum ba dum ba dum bum ba dum ba dum bum. I already forgot what I was doing there. Bum ba dum ba dum bum ba dum ba dum bum ba dum ba dum bum ba dum. It almost sounds like I should use my fingers. Bum ba dum ba dum bum ba dum ba dum bum ba dum ba dum. I don't know why that last part's so much harder on the bass. Maybe I should go. Why am I I overcomplicate things way too much for some reason. All right, we're just gonna go back to this part. Movie magic. Right here. I feel like it has to be tighter. It shouldn't be like bum bum, but it should be like bum 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 bum. Very tight, very punchy. And then bring this up. Oh. Did we nail that first hit? Let's see here. Bum, 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 bum. I'm telling you, it will sound better when I program the drums, but it's getting very late tonight, so I'm not going to get to it today. All right. I think we're ready to hear what this sounds like all together. I just want to get the levels right, because the unfortunate part of this drum, I can barely hear the cymbals and the EQ. You see all that extra unnecessary stuff? It's kind of muddying. They call it the mud. Can't hear through the mud. Trying to grab. I don't like this one as much as this one. This one was another one where I had to find it on a deal, because I don't buy stuff except for that $100 amp that I bought. But Isotope Ozone Equalizer. If you can get a hold of this, it is fantastic. Many more options. So first part is I can hit things. Let's do a high pass, like there. And this is some cool stuff you can do. Let's listen to just the... I'm a DJ. You can see all that frequency right there, right? That double bass sounds so ridiculous. It's so clean. No drummer you know is doing that. That's too clean, bro. Alright. It's kicking, but it's like we can hear it as much. So then this is one of the cool things about this one. Delta, what this means. Boop, boop. Let me zoom in a little bit here. So delta is what is the difference between what I'm doing and what it originally was, right? So listen to what I've done. So we've taken away some of that back rumble. We've increased some of the cymbals and reduced a little bit of that kick. Okay. This should come through a little clearer now. Alright, now step one for mixing is you start with the drums. Turn everything to 0. So we don't want none of this. No guitars, no bass, nothing. Just the drums. We're gonna get it to a level that's alright. I'm thinking -8, honestly. Then we're gonna bring up the bass. That sounds like enough bass. And now we slowly bring up the guitars. Plus, for this part, the rhythm guitars are going to be a little lower than they normally would because we want the lead to sit above it. So now we add the lead. Can't remember how I ended this solo. Yeah. We're going to want to kind of let that fade out. Okay. So I think that sounds fine. Now we got to see how it's going to sound with the AI drummer now. He sounds too funky. I think we messed it up when we... I think it's also fills is like how much autonomy you want to give him. Letting him do his own thing. There we go. That sounds better. What about this? I think at some point they were probably all highlighted and I made complicated and I didn't. Okay. Now that one's way too loud, but I think we can... Oh. Reduce that. What do we make this one? We made it 6. -6 it is. Maybe a little further because honestly vocals would be there. Wow. That's because I have automation. -6. We'll do -6. We're going to do -6 for this one as well. 6.5. All right. I think we're ready to hear it in one go. Did you guys name it? All right, you haven't named it yet. All right, you're going to listen to it. And we're going to name this puppy and we're going to call it a day. The first song I've created live on the air out of nothing but a riff in my head. Here we go. Let it out. funky. Hang on, that one part should not be chorusy. Right there. Boom. Split it up. That goes back to the hi-hat. Like I said, these all got complicated. They weren't supposed to be complicated. They're trying to Garrett it. Simple, simple, simple. Simple dimple. See? They all got complicated. How weird. I don't remember when that happened. Okay. Just started from here. That's not true. I already made that song. I made it. I had the whole thing done. I was just creating the demo. This was, you saw me making this. I had ideas here. You better be thinking of a name by the end of this song. It needs a name. Just imagine something more ripper than this. There it is. Speed Demon. Technicalities. Yeah, Speed Demon. The Speed Demon. But then I feel like I'm gonna have to make it faster if it's the Speed Demon. The Speed Demon. All right, what we're gonna do here, before I completely screwed up, because I did promise I was gonna do this here, I'm gonna save this one. I'm gonna save a duplicate. We're gonna call it Speed Demon. It's Sped Demon. Dang it. Speed Demon. Okay. All right, now remember how I said I was going to crank it up for you. 800 it is. I think it only goes up to 300. We're gonna try it at 300. All right, here it is. The Speed Demon. It sounds dancier. I can't wait till it gets to the double time solo, 600 beats per minute. It just sounds like mush. Well, that is truly the speed demon. That was nuts. That was just like a mush. I've seen a band like that, honestly, live. I think they had triggers on the drums because the guy, it did sound like his kick was just like ain't nobody doing that in real time. There's no way. Not only could Garrett never, I don't know anybody else that could. I don't know anybody else that could. That's funny. Armageddon is here. Oh, I like that. Armageddon is here. I don't know. Like, this is where if you just left me to my, that's why I said I'm gonna let you guys name this one. I'll try to make the lyrics around this. Okay. I think it should be about. It kind of does sound like Wicked and stuff like that, so I'm gonna make it about demons and Armageddon. I'll combine both your guys' ideas and we'll make it like that, because it does sound some sort of like sinister thing going on here. My initial idea that was just like in my head, I don't know why, and this is how I come up with melodies. A lot of the times it's just like a set of words that fits the rhythm, and then I'll completely change the words. Like, the words won't be it, but it's like, for some reason my mind was going from like this song being like 9 to 5, like I live my life going 9 to 5 like, but that's just the melody I hear in my head. So like, once I have the melody, then I can go, okay, it's do 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 do. So then I go, okay, I got do 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 do. What's that? Do 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 do. Like, I dive into the hell of my life. Dun-dun. You know what I'm saying? Once you have a melody and you have like how the syllable structure should work, then you could just interchange the words. And sometimes words make sense. Sometimes the words don't have to make sense if it fits in the melody. But that's usually how I do it. It's usually some weird words that probably don't fit the song at all, but it's just like what pops out of my head to make the melody, and then I can change it. Here. But yeah, I feel like the chorus is like da 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 da, something like that. That's, to me, what the melody is. So I'm putting that out there now. So then when I come back eventually to another stream of this, part 2 will be doing the drums in real life, which is going to be a lot harder for me because this song sounds like it's past my limits, or programming them to sound like it is. And then I'll also do vocals. But see, the problem when I do vocals is I have to do them in my car. And so, like, you know, I can't let it out right here. I can't be like, I'm in an apartment. You see this place. So normally I'll take I have 2 red boxes. I'll take one of my 2 red boxes and I'll take my MacBook because it's a laptop. I'll go into the car. I'll have my headphones. I'll have the whole thing. And I even take the pop filter and I hang it from my visor. And so like my neighbors, sometimes they'll pull up and they just look over like, what the hell is this guy doing? He must be a SoundCloud rapper. That's probably what they're thinking. But then I'm sitting there like, da, 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 da. Like all the vocals you've ever heard for any of the things I've done has always been in my car. That's just where That's the best place to do it. Honestly, the acoustics are good. It has enough things to like kind of keep the sound from bouncing around. Obviously, minus the glass, but that gives it some natural reverb. But then you got the carpet, you got the seats, you got the carpeted ceiling. It's a smaller box. It's actually better than your living room to record vocals. So that's where the magic sauce is, in the car. So now we have it down. We're going to call it, I feel like I want to combine it. Armageddon is here. Or maybe I'll just put the demons in there for you, Skip. The demons will be in the song, but I kind of like the Armageddon is here. I feel like that could be in the melody too. Da, 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 da. Armageddon is here. Da, da, da. Maybe it's like the Four Horsemen, you know what I mean? Where it's like, it's telling the tale of Armageddon. It's like my own personal Four Horsemen. Whoa. Hang on now. Let me cook on that. But that's the end of today's live stream. That's 1 o'clock. I wanted to do something, and I knew you guys would appreciate something more than nothing. So that was why today happened like this. But honestly, I've been wanting to do this on the Epic D Guy channel for a long time. I said, man, I want to do a song from scratch. And yes, I did the Inside sort of thing. As I'm looking back into it, I remember for Inside, like I had all the ideas and the song structure. I just needed to put it on paper. For this song, if you look at my phone where I have all my voice memos, I have a voice memo of the gung 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 gung, that intro riff, and then I have a voice memo of the gung 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 gung, and that's it. And then everything else from that was off the dome. We were doming it today, getting that to fit. So I think that's pretty nifty. I think 300's too fast. I think 180 was pretty good. Maybe I'll bump it up to like 185, get a little spicier, but I think it really does fit because I want it to be like a what do they call that? Like you're just driving, you know, like a driving beat. You know, you're just bobbing your head. You're just I'm thinking of like, you know, you're going like, imagine you're on a camel for some reason and you're like going down the desert and the camel's like kind of hoofing it. You know what I mean? You're like, that's what I'm thinking. Something about a camel in the desert. But that's it. We're done with the live stream. I'm going to go to bed now. Thank you so much for joining me. My dad, Skip, Cheyenne, the lurkers, as always. Epic D Guy, I got to revive the channel. It's not dead. I don't know how I keep getting subscribers. I haven't posted. I think the last time I posted was a year ago. But this would be the easiest channel to grow because it's just about music, and that's kind of my bread and butter, is either making music or listening to other people's music or reacting to new music. Those are all things I love to do. So I just need the time. And usually all my time's taken by everybody else's videos because I need money because I'm so poor. So maybe if I wasn't so poor and I didn't need the money so bad, I wouldn't have to like fit in everyone else's videos. And then I could be like, you know what? I'm going to do one of my videos. Because the problem is when I do my video, it's free. Nobody pays me. Not yet, right? But then I'll never get to the point where people pay me for my own videos if I don't do more of my own videos. So I'm stuck in some weird conundrum paradox thing. It's weird, but I need the immediate money. So that's why I prefer the client's time over my own. And I'm sorry that you guys would probably prefer my time because you don't watch my clients' videos. You wouldn't enjoy it. I have a steam cleaning company. I have like a super tech guy thing that it's like next level tech. It's not even like me level tech because I'm like kind of nerdy too. Everybody knows that. It's like 10 times the level nerdy that I am. Like I'm not even sure I would watch it, and I have to edit the videos. That's it. And a couple other like side things of one-offs. You wouldn't enjoy any of the stuff I do, and I have to enjoy it. So I think that's why it works so well, is because I wouldn't actually watch the things that I edit. So then when I'm editing them, I have to like make them enjoyable for me. And I think that's why they do so well, because the clients' videos that I do, they do incredibly well. All the videos I've done for that one guy, they get like 30, 50, 70,000, 100,000, 200,000 views. We have 2 videos over 200,000 views now from this guy. Crazy, bro. Crazy. Thank me. I was going to say thank you. No, thank me. There's me out there. Could I do it on my own videos? I think I could. We'll never know. I guess we'll never know. But that's it. Good night. I appreciate your guys' time. We're out of here. I wish I had an outro for the Epic D Guy thing. I don't. So instead, I'm just going to play it out with the break. Good day, everyone. With the solo. Good day.